I'm supposed to sleep with this man for the rest of my life, and you're telling me I don't need to be attracted to him? What?
We got off topic. So,
Let's try to...
so the point is, though, is that physicality, if it's matched with authenticity,
Yes.
we're going somewhere.
So for me, does physical attraction matter when choosing a lifelong partner? I'm thinking husband. For me, it's a husband. Okay. I've been married before. I believe in marriage. I believe in the sanctity of marriage, regardless if I've been through divorce or not. Okay. I do believe in it. I'm supposed to sleep with this man for the rest of my life, and you're telling me I don't need to be attracted to him? What? Yes, it matters. Does that mean he needs to be... Attractiveness is objective.
Correct.
Okay. And I want him to have other qualities and look good, because honestly, I'm sitting here talking. I'm talking about all kinds of stuff. Okay. You have to be able to... What's the word? Intrigue my mind. That's not the word I'm looking for.
Oh.
What's the word?
Like,
The word I'm looking for.
captivate you with their intellect?
Captivate.
Like that?
I'll circle back.
Okay.
But yes, that is what I mean. So you have to be able to keep me interested. You have to be able to... We have to have a bond, right? So of course. So when they say middle ugly, I don't like that, because middle... what the heck is that? Middle ugly is like... Okay, he ugly, but he not super ugly. No, that means he's cute. He might not be sexy or whatever. He's attractive.
And here's my question. Would they use that same phrasing for a female?
Nope.
Exactly.
Nope. So I don't believe in middle ugly. My prayer for my husband is an attractive, not fat man of God who can prioritize me. It sounds very simple. It's not that simple. Unfortunately, it's not. There will be guys that are not attractive in my world. I'm not attracted to you that are a man of God. Or there'll be attractive men of God that like, are you really a man of God because you have someone? Don't talk to me. And maybe in general you are, but you have some areas you definitely need to work on, and I don't want nothing to do with those areas. I'm good. I pass. So it is rare for me to find someone. Now, attractive, does that mean that you're going to be a 10 to everybody? No, and I don't need you to be a 10 to everybody. People aren't going to look at you and be like, damn, he ugly as... That's not going to happen either, because that's just not what I'm attracted to. Me and my best friend, we have 1,000% different taste in men. Very seldomly do we find the same man attractive. We talk about it. It's great. She's not going to find my man attractive. So attractiveness is subjective. And I believe that personality shapes the face. And if personality shapes the face, then yes, 100% it's going to be subjective. But I need you to be attractive. I'm not sleeping with somebody I'm not attracted to. And as my husband, it's my duty to give up the booty. What am I supposed to do with that? Like, not do it? But other things can be attractive. Like, there was somebody I was following on social media for a while, and they had said something about, this guy was like, women need you to set a crock pot. Like, it's a slow cooker for the day. Like, the days you want it, he'll get up, he'll get the kids ready, he'll help out, but he says he tries to do this all the time, but it's a slow cooker, because women, if they are turned off, if they are like, if you gave them the ick for the day, she don't want none.
That needs to be an episode, because guys don't really understand that. And it really, I'd be willing to say that it only exists because of the wealth or abundance of choice.
Ooh. You're probably right. But if you gave me the ick for the day, I don't want to sleep with you. If you don't piss me off, I don't want to sleep with you. Not today. We can do this. We can reschedule another day. Now, does that mean... I also don't really believe in withholding from your husband. We are one.
Like and my
body is your body.
Okay.
Like if we were married. We're not married, guys. I don't know.
This represents my darkness. I went through a bunch of crap.
We're friends. This is my mother's ring. This is my father. So, it's like... Anyways,
Jesus
is a great man.
Indeed he is.
Anyways, back to the topic.
Let me piggyback on that. You raise a good point, and this is something that like my friends that decide to get married, because I personally don't really believe in it at this point right now until they change the laws. But to my friends who are in relationships long term like that, she raises a very valid point. And the thing that saddens me and worries me about men is that they get comfortable because, like we were speaking earlier today when we were in the car about how you have your cuddle buddy and you're like, oh, I could be like this forever. Men will get comfortable because they have that somebody, and that somebody allows them to not be in fight mode all the time. But the downside is I feel that
You shouldn't be in fight mode all the time.
well, as an example, like when we go out in public, like I'm sizing up everybody just naturally. Because,
Oh,
like,
me
you know,
too.
yeah. See, here we go.
I have. We haven't gotten that far. This is like episode 2 currently, but I have a very dark past, and so I have other history that is very wild. So with that being said, I'm very. Do you think I'm feminine?
Yeah. Oh, there was someone hang out with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Just real talk.
But do you think I'm soft?
I think so.
I
Your
don't.
personality? No, and that's what makes you fun.
So the thing is, I don't think that I can ever be a soft female. I can be nurturing and caring. I'm extremely feminine, and I'm not masculine at all. But there is a difference, I believe, between femininity and soft femininity.
Huh.
I think. Okay. I'm not very meek.
Oh no, yeah, no.
Not that I can be humble,
Correct.
but I am not very meek.
Yeah.
And I am not this way, again, because of life experiences and trauma. And I'm not talking about, oh my gosh, my dad didn't pay me attention. No, again, I'm talking about my father was very abusive. So that's kind of what I was raised in. And the fact that I'm not abusive shows that I have something. For me, it's the Lord. But I have something that is like, okay, maybe I don't need this kind of thing in my life like that.
The other thing I'd highlight too is your environment that you grew up in.
Yeah.
I come from, Leawood, Kansas, suburb, blah blah blah, and then your background, right? Your environment was more of the urban side, correct?
Yeah, I graduated from Paseo.
Yeah.
Which, if you know, it's
So-
when we did the reunion, I was the only white person to show up. There was like 12 of us ish, maybe 16.
So see, opposite
Yeah.
background. So that environment alone would make me assume that you had to have your guard up. That there's a mental lifestyle that coincides with that, where you're looking over your shoulder.
Yeah, I mean a little bit, yeah. And it's things if I can feel like, oh, that was your phone. If I can feel like, if I can really not look around and be with, like, I don't know that I've ever really been with anybody where I felt like that.
Now, men, do you hear that? Now, of course, give your background.
Right. Again, it's not necessarily him.
No, not at all. But if we work on ourselves and develop ourselves to a degree that our masculinity allows you to soften in a public space.
Oh, 100%. It's so funny. I have been told I realize the difference between like an alpha and a beta.
Okay.
Sigma and a beta, whatever, if they're alpha, sigma, I don't care. But a man who can lead versus a man that can't. What I've noticed is them pointing out how feminine I am.
Correct.
The more feminine they tell me, like you're like, oh, 100%. That means you're not a beta. Because when a man can allow a woman to bring out her femininity, and me and you, we don't have a relationship. We have a friendship, which is a relationship, but we're not a dating relationship, right? And so with that, even still, that means that there's also some level of like trust that I have for you, even as a friendship.
Yeah, because be honest with you, let me say this on the record. I don't believe in female friends.
And I'm a female friend.
Yeah.
So, and I do believe in and here's something else. Red pill says no opposite sex friends, right?
Correct. Exactly.
Blue pill says, oh my gosh, yes. But so many men want to sleep with you, right? I have sat here and done the trick to friends that I've had when I was in the Marine Corps. And they're like, I wouldn't want to do that to our friendship. So I'm good. Like, no offense.
Yeah.
Like, it's not you. I just value you as a person more.
Right.
And it's like, so to have these kind of people who are like, no, I don't want to try that because you as a person is more important to me. And I think it's different when you have combat relationships
Fair.
When you have relationships where your friendship is kind of built on protection.
Correct.
Even though you might not have been in combat with somebody, okay? But where your relationship is built off protection because now you care about them. Two of my brothers are black. People will tell me that's not my brother. We were raised in the same house. They lived with us. You're telling me that I'm going to find them I don't. I think it's weird because that's my brother.
Right.
That's my brother. You know, it's like in no way, shape, or form, because I look at them because I was raised with them as a brother. And I get sometimes people live backwoods Alabama and they do what they do. I am not people. Okay. I was raised in Casey Mo. I don't do what it do. If you're my brother, you're my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, that's it. And so, and the thing is that I do have people, when my mom had her massive heart attack that caused a stroke when I was 16, Damian and Toy came back there. And the woman came and said, ma'am, I'm sorry, this ICU is for family members only. She said, what are you, blind? Can't you see these are my sons? She's like, I'm sorry. Because she don't know the family dynamic.
Correct.
You know, they weren't adopted. They just were there. And it's things are complicated sometimes. Sometimes things are complicated. And so it's like, I have nieces and nephews I have children. You see one of my sons walking around here. Okay. They're not white at all. Okay, they're not, and that's my children. I've raised them and I've put into them. And my parents were their grandparents, and that's what they know. And so, anyways, I don't know how we got here talking about relationships and medium ugly, but here we are.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just goes to show again how out of control these social dynamics are. Because again, I asked you earlier, would they use the same terminology for a woman? Absolutely not.
Women are not medium ugly. They're cute or not my type. Or
the wording is so tiptoed around when it comes to the denial of a woman's attractiveness because they're all supposed to be 10s.
Dare I say it? I'm fat right now.
Oh my God.
I'm a fatty fat. And I get that I'm not round, okay? But fat, a pound of fat is like this big, bro. It's like this big.
Really?
A pound of fat?
Because I've never looked at.
Maybe it's like this big. It's big. Okay? It's big. So a pound of fat is big. Like you losing 5 pounds of that, I think that's about a pound of fat. Maybe this is 5 pounds of fat. I don't really know. It's a lot though.
Yeah, I was gonna say if that's a 23 ounce bottle. There's about 16 ounces in that container right now, so that's fair.
Boom. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So that's a pound of fat. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
So this right here is a pound of fat. This is a pound of fat. So you're telling me that me losing this is not doing, like I'm carrying this in my body somewhere. Yeah. Maybe not all in the same place.
Right.
But like, I get it. I'm fat.
Because what she's trying to say, guys, is that she's thick and she just wants to get into shape, and that's okay. We respect that.
It's a health thing. For me, it's all about health. Anyways,
but my point is, I will say, I'll finish my point. The social dynamics that we're facing today hinder us from really being serious about the looks. Being fair about the looks. And because, unfortunately, we're not allowing accountability to be a social norm, looks, expectations have perpetuated beyond unrealistic, reasons. I myself, I like thick hips, I like thick lips, but that doesn't mean you have to get fake ones,
Okay. Let me say this. Do looks matter in relationships? Jacob waited 7 years for Rachel. Her beauty, Jacob waited 7 years for Rachel, got Leah, and waited another 7 so he could have Rachel. She was so beautiful. Leah was not beautiful. She was not his type. Okay? He got the older sister. He got the wrong sister. Bro. And he waited because she was so beautiful. You have Esther. She was a commoner, but her beauty got the king's attention. And she saved all of, at the time, Malachi was her cousin, and he was about to go kill him when he saved his life and all kinds of stuff like that. And then you have Sarah. Sarah was beautiful. I mean, her name alone means like princess or something, like beautiful princess or something like that. You can look that up. We want to act like looks don't matter. Biblically, people married good-looking people. That's what they wanted. Now, does that mean that they didn't have other qualities? No, because I think personality shapes the face. If you have an ugly personality and you're rude and you're uptight and if you don't do this for me, then you're still ugly. Period. So, do I think that personality matters? 100%, but something on the outside matters too. And that doesn't mean that just because you're overweight or you kind of feel like you need makeup, you can't be attractive to somebody because somebody can find you attractive. So again, attraction is subjective.
It is.
But it is subjective not from my point of view, but from his. And his attractiveness is not subjective from his point of view. It's from mine. And that's what we fail to realize. And I think that that's where you have red pill and blue pill, right? Because blue pill says, well, I think I'm a 10. But I give myself a 7 because I think that's reality. And I give myself a 7 based off of my age. Maybe if I was younger, I would give myself a higher rating. I don't know. But again, I've already mentioned why I think this. Now he could give himself a 10. But if I don't think he's a 10, does it even matter what he thinks? Confidence is great. I have confidence. I know I'm beautiful. I know I'm smart. I know I'm talented. I know I'm funny. I know I can help a man grow. But like, am I for him? No. Does that make me a 10? Maybe not. Not in his eyes. It don't have to be. And I think that's what we fail to realize.
It is subjective. Now, I have to get selfish here. Despite the fact that looks are subjective, I still encourage people to bring out their best physically in order to improve their options.
Okay. So one thing is I want a not fat, attractive, not fat man, right? And women will get on me and be like, oh my gosh, but why? Because to me, health is important.
Yes.
If you are drastically overweight in the medically obese, not morbidly obese, medically obese category, I foresee that I know I'm going to have to take care of you in a lot of different areas when we grow up.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I will take care of you if the unexpected happened because I'm married for better, for worse. Mm-hmm. But if I can foresee that, I don't want that. Yeah. I just don't. That's not something I want. I don't want to know you probably have diabetes right now. You might have heart issue. I want to keep you around as long as I can, and I want to be around as long as I can be. Weight is a direct correlation with the number one killer with approximately 650,000 deaths a year is heart disease. The number one cause of heart disease is obesity. We don't want to talk about it because it's sensitive, because people care. Looks matter, and looks matter. I don't understand that. It's because we don't want to hurt people's feelings. But the truth is that I want you to be healthy. Now, does that mean you can't be like a little bit overweight? I like dad bods. I mean, I'm not like, I don't like, but I think people are attractive who have dad bods. That's totally fine. I don't mean you have to be in the gym 6 days a week, 2 hours a day, working out. Okay, if you are, I'm also not attracted to you, but you know what I'm saying? Like, but if you don't go to the gym at all, that's fine. But we have to find something to keep ourselves active. I've had to be more active because I do have some weight to lose. I do have some places to go, and people will hate me and be like, oh my gosh, you want to lose weight? How dare you? I am very happy and confident in who I am today. Mm-hmm. I just know that even though I have no health problems today, my mom didn't have health problems until she had a heart attack. Mm-hmm. So you're telling me I should just wait till something happens until I make changes? No. I would like preventative maintenance, please. That's what I would like. And so with that being said, like I care about my looks because that represents my health. So not like my face. Do I have a cute face? I think I have a cute face. But my body, does my body represent what
Without
I'm
makeup,
doing?
by the way.
Well, I have makeup on right now. I have on my
You do?
eyes.
No,
on
that
my
doesn't
eyes.
count. Makeup
Oh.
is the stuff that
Yeah,
contours
my
your
face
face.
is actually like not great right now. But
By the
my
way, her cheeks
are
are rosy.
I have rosacea.
Natural.
Yeah, it's natural.
It's pretty cool.
You know.
It's like a what are those things called?
Porcelain doll.
Yes. Yeah.
I've been told that multiple times because of my cheeks. I have rosacea. It's fine. You know, so I hear a lot of women who have rosacea have really low self-esteem and stuff. And I thank the environment I grew up in that I didn't grow up in around a lot of people that look like me because they might make fun of me.
Fair.
Where people who didn't look like me, they're like, oh my gosh, your cheeks are so red. That's so cool. Like, I've been called a porcelain doll since I was like 12 years old. And even though I wasn't like necessarily like, oh my gosh, I'm just the greatest or whatever, but it's like the fact is that I mean porcelain dolls are beautiful, right?
Yes.
They're creepy in 2024.
And Blue House Productions doesn't help with that either.
Right. But they're beautiful. They're created to be beautiful dolls, right? And beautiful dolls that you like collect or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's like I've always been complimented on my rosy cheeks because you're not going to see rosacea if it happens in a darker complexion person.
No.
You're not.
How
And
could you?
so
You can't see
even
me
if
blush.
right, and it has to do with like the veins in your face. So like it's a real thing. So anyways, so at the end of the day, does attraction matter when choosing a lifelong partner?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
100%. Does it matter more when choosing short-term versus long-term? You could be with an ugly person short-term.
Yep. They're called sweepers. We sweep them underneath the rug. You do not see them. You do not go out with
They
them in
didn't
public.
exist.
Right. They're those. For guys. I can always speak for men.
Okay.
Yeah, those
Okay.
are sweepers. And then, of course, if they're attractive with, as you said, the character and personality, those are keepers, right?
Sweepers are keepers. I love it. I shouldn't love it. You're misogynistic.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Anyways. So at the end of the day, physical attraction does matter. My perspective is I have to sleep with you for the rest of my life. I want you to be attractive. We'll change. We'll get older. We'll gain weight. We won't work out as much. We'll do whatever. But at the end of the day, now if I'm with you and you change day by day, I'm not even going to notice it.
Correct.
That's the whole thing is that I got really big with my ex-boyfriend. I had a boyfriend of like 2 years. And he loved me. And it was like he didn't even notice. And I hated myself. That picture you saw of me?
Oh.
That you didn't even know it was me?
Yeah. I was like, who is this pretending to be?
It was too much for me. And it's fine. It's totally fine. I knew I wasn't happy in my body. And I knew that because I didn't want to go out in public that same way. So.
And then I'll
anyways.
say this, man. It's
And then we'll end it.
huh?
I said, and then we'll end it. You'll
Okay.
say this and then we'll end
Yeah.
this.
And then I'll say this, it's very important to be conscious of the female mind and that we can't just look good and get the girl, but it has to be maintained because,
Yes.
that
I agree.
the scariest, women will always challenge you with what we call a shit test, which is just natural for them to do because they want to make sure they got the right guy, they got the top guy. At the same time, too, when you guys are out in public, it's always important that they see another girl looking at you and they're like, oh, and we'll see where they're holding onto her arm and stuff like that. But if we ever let ourselves go and there's never another girl checking us out because we're never oblivious to it, women typically are, I've seen times where they begin to question, am I with the right person? Do I have the greatest catch? So I think it's important that we find a time to maintain our physicality even as we get older. I've met a lot of men in their 50s and 60s that outshine me. And, I'm trying to gain weight, but at the end of the day, they're very well put together men. And I think that also cultivates a better mentality for maintaining a long-term relationship.
Working out scientifically proves that you cultivate a better mentality. You have lower depression rates. You have lower anxiety rates. You are a happier person. So when people be like, if you're just working out to look good, then you are a bad person. No, because there is so many benefits.
Oh, there is.
To working out. Like it's crazy the amount of benefits you have.
This
just
is the
from
first
working
time
out.
in my life that I've looked in the mirror and felt like good about myself in my
Wow.
life, and I'm an
Wow.
old ass man. So I identify as 25. That's the truth.
No.